I've got the latest Battlbox for December 2022. Gosh, this thing's heavy, guys. Let's open this thing up and see what's inside. What's up, guys? Eric here from At Home in the Future, and I'm back with another Battlbox unboxing. So if you're unfamiliar with Battlbox, this is like the OG outdoor survival camping style subscription. Really cool stuff every month. Comes in 4 different flavors, starting all the way down with the basic box and going all the way up to Pro Plus. Lots of fun stuff to get in every level, so you can get a level that matches your budget every month. If you want to subscribe, be sure to follow the link on the screen or down the description. Always a super fun box to get. So let's pop the seals on this thing. Really heavy, but not much stuff moving around, so pretty curious about what's inside of this. Ugh, it is heavy. Okay, seals are popped. Let's open this up. We may have to move this over to the side so you can actually see what's inside of this. Oh man, okay, packed full. Here is our monthly mission brief. So they send you this every month, and it kind of goes through every level. And again, remember, if you get the Pro Plus like I do, you get all the stuff from the previous levels. So there's a rundown of our gear. Lots of car stuff, okay. So there's basic, advanced, pro, and then we'll go through all the way up to the top, which is this. Okay, we got a rad knife this month too. So let's just start at the bottom, and I'm gonna move, I don't know, you want us to keep the box in frame and we'll just work through it? Let's do that. So we'll start with the pod LED safety flares. I've seen these, it's kind of like a puck. Let's see, it said flares. I wonder if we get multiple things. Maybe it's just one of these. Okay, so I'm not sure if there's batteries inside, so I may not open it up because I can't even really turn it on or anything. It's got a simple on button there, but it has lights up at the top and lights around the side, and it's kind of like a, I don't know, maybe a more green alternative to road flares where you can, if you get in trouble on the side of the road, have to change a tire, you can throw one of these down or stick it to the side of a car or something. And the lights will go around. It's waterproof, so you don't have to worry about using it in the rain or anything, but neat to have if you want to throw one of these in your vehicle. It says it's got a 3-year warranty, and you probably want to keep this sort of thing charged. That's what I'd be worried about, is wanting to use this for a roadside emergency and my batteries are shot on it. So let's see if there's anything we want to know here. So it can do solid red, multiple strobe modes, even an SOS mode, which is interesting if you're really trying to communicate with somebody. And a 3 LED, that must be a standard flashlight there at the top, so that's cool. Okay, so that's worth $9, first item in the basic box. Next up is something I'm pretty familiar with, and that is these pale blue batteries. Rechargeable batteries are absolutely a game changer. If you're not using them, you're just throwing your money away. Just a good little tip there. And it looks like we have some AAAs. So these are interesting. So a lot of the rechargeables you get, which is some really good brands out there. We like In a Loop. We use those a lot in our house. But I've received some of these pale blue ones recently, and I've been digging these. So you can charge these one at a time instead of having to use one of the like flat chargers, where some of those chargers will only work if there's all 4 batteries put together inside of it. But these little AAAs are great, and they're actually USB-C rechargeable. So I have some of these too that are micro USB rechargeable, but they've slowly been kind of working over to USB-C, which is awesome because it's like that one charger to rule them all. But super handy. So you can charge these up, and if you're in a pinch and you're actually away from your charger, that's what's so great about these, because you're probably close to something with USB-C. And they include a little cable there, so if you have any sort of power brick there, you plug that in, you got 4 little USB-C cables there. But these are awesome. AAA stuff, I feel like my kids' toys use a ton of this, so I burn through these all the time in a non-survival practical situation. Also awesome to have for your EDC flashlights or just to keep in your car or truck. So super high value, great item there. So that's $30 for some of these. And yeah, they are expensive. Rechargeables are just super expensive, the good ones at least. But these, you'll probably use them just about your whole life maybe, or at least the next 10 or 20 years, unless you're using them like every day in like a scenario where you're recharging them every night. They last a super long time, and Pale Blue is a really cool brand, so cool to see. So that is the second item in the basic box, and the last one, it looks like we have a lantern. Kind of a classic lantern. So that's what we have here. This thing is heavy. You know, here's some stuff rattling inside, so we'll have to see if there's other components in here. So this is a classic series, original candle lantern, using actual fire, so not like an LED thing or anything. I'm gonna open this up. I almost wonder, it's so rattly, I wonder if it accidentally got damaged in shipping. Maybe it's just the components inside. So I'm gonna be careful opening this up just in case. I think everything's okay. I think it was just this chain I was hearing. I thought that maybe since it was glass base, there's something going on there. But you have this candle inside, and just kind of a cool classic feel. And these candles are replaceable. I'm guessing if we unscrew the bottom here. Yeah, check this out. And so the candle itself, the way I understand it, is actually spring-loaded to where it pops up to the top as it burns and gets down over time. So you're not constantly having to adjust it. but just a very cool kind of classic camping vibe. So if you spend a lot of time outside, and I hope you do if you're getting boxes like this is something you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of. I just love the classic vibes, and I really like the color. So I noticed there's multiple colors I could have received this month, and it actually ended up with this cool kind of outdoorsy classic green. It reminds me like the classic Coleman lanterns I feel like my grandpa used to have. So very cool, and you've got little hanging chains, some stuff, just lots of fun. Really cool classic camping item, neat. So that's from UCO, a classic series original candle lantern that retails for 30 bucks. So that's your basic box there, about $70 worth of gear. Let's move up to our advanced box. So if you pay a little bit more, you get this next item, which is worth 50 bucks. And oops, that's our guide from the lantern. We'll pop that over to the side. All right, so this thing has a little bit of weight to it. So the Moki doorstep. Okay, this looks like one of the little door things you're supposed to put in your car's latch to be able to get stuff down the roof. Interesting. Okay, let's open this thing up. All right, it's actually a lot bigger and sturdier than I thought it would be. So when you close your car door, there's a little metal latch on the inside, and then you have this hanging hook that kind of hooks on that and uses, I guess, some leverage. It's got a soft rubber edge there. So it kind of makes a makeshift step. So if you have one of the rooftop carriers that you use for luggage or anything when you're going on vacation, that's good for that. It's also probably good just for cleaning the top of your car. I've got a sunroof on my truck, and I can rarely ever I have to get like a step ladder when I'm washing the car to get it clean. So this could be an interesting thing to kind of take a look at. I wonder, so maybe the type of thing too, you may want to check like your weight tolerances and stuff before you go. That seems like a part of your door frame you wouldn't want to mess up. But I'm guessing that's something they thought of with this. So interesting. All right, that's an unexpected item, but kind of cool. The Moki doorstep, that's worth 50 bucks, and that's in the advanced box. Pretty interesting. Okay, let's move on to Pro. So Pro this month, is it just a lot of ratchet straps? Okay, so we got a few different things here. Oh, we got a Battlbox sticker. That's cool to see. I like anytime to add extra stuff like that. So we have a heavy duty tire pressure gauge from Rhino. And that is a big gauge. I'm used to just like the pins that I keep in my glove box. But big and easy to read. It's got kind of this protective rubber coating on it. Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure if there's like a pro or con to using a nicer gauge like this, other than the fact that it's just easier to read. So looks like a quality item. It comes with a little carrying bag, so that's interesting. Yeah, the theme of this month is definitely geared more towards car stuff. So we got the step, we got this stuff, we got this little safety flare thing, and then we've got a bunch of ratchet straps, which I don't know if these are like special ratchet straps. So this one says motorcycle tie downs. Let's see. Okay, so these actually aren't ratcheting from looking at the car. It looks like these are these cam buckle tie downs. We'll open this up in the top and see if we can take a quick look at these. Okay, so this is how it opens up. So we've got just some little Velcro style straps there. Tons of stickers. And instructions and a little carry bag inside, but just a simple kind of clasp mechanism. Is this ratcheting? No, I think that's just like a little clamp down thing there. Maybe that's what a cam buckle is. To be honest, I'm not up on my buckle terminology. All right, but it's got really high quality S-hooks built into it and a brake strength of 3,300 pounds, so you shouldn't have any trouble with those. All right, so that might be good. Again, if you have a truck, this may be the box for you because you're full of truck gear this month. All right, so that's tie down set number 1, which looks like it says for motorcycles, but I'm guessing it's for any sort of thing. And then we have another one. This is what made the box so heavy, by the way. These straps are heavy duty, which is nice. So this is just your typical ratcheting tie down kit. Probably sturdier than what you get at a Walmart, I don't know. Yeah, these are more your standard ratchet stuff. And those are definitely very beefy ratcheting mechanisms there with a much nicer release. Most of these, the set I have in my truck at least, is definitely a little bit cheaper. It ratchets and stuff and does all that, but the clasp is like the classic looking kind of thinner metal stuff. These are definitely more heavy duty. So, okay, interesting. That's not something I would have expected to receive from Battlbox necessarily. It's typically not that sort of thing. So it's either you have a ton of use for these, or you may not at all, or you may re-gift them to somebody that has a truck or something they could use them in. Interesting. So that is the pro item this month. Which is a bunch of tie-down straps and this kind of over-the-top tire pressure gauge. So there you go. And next up is our knife of the month. which I love Civivi knives. So this is going to be one of the nicer knives of the month we've received from Battlbox. So this is the brazen flipper and thumb stud. It looks like we got a Damascus blade. I don't see what type of steel that Damascus pattern is. And I wonder if it's real Damascus or if it's just kind of etched on there. But Civivi, I think they only do real ones. What did I drop? All right, we dropped a little silica thing. So normally Civivis have a silky smooth pattern on it. Okay, we got the cool, looks like there's multiple colors we could have gotten. So brown, dark green, or olive. And I guess this is the olive variant. So we got a flipper on the back. All right, smooth action, and a really cool, very detailed Damascus pattern, which I think is actually part of the steel process. So that is nice to see. So this is nice micarta scales too. So a little bit of that cloth feel, really nice feel. I feel like micarta is one of the grippier knife scale materials you can get. Got a little bit of jimping there in the back, and a very aggressive, very pointy, probably about 3.5 inch blade. Tiny bit of a drop point there. Really cool. The Damascus on this, now Damascus is fun from like a decorative standpoint if you're into flashier stuff. I dig that this is a really dark Damascus too. So it's not immediately like a fancy, fancy knife. This has that traditional Civivi, just good night. Something about the action on Civivi stuff, it almost looks like it's assisted. So I'm pushing out the thumb stud, and if you watch that, it just kind of flies open by itself, and that's because they got bearings down here inside of it too. So yeah, I like this. I like that deep carry clip there. It looks like it's ambidextrous, so you can switch it around. A little bit of a lanyard loop down here, a little bit of a back spacer. And you know what? This thing's actually a lot lighter. For a big knife, it's not a heavy knife. That's actually pretty cool. I actually like this colorway too. The contrast between that olive or light green and that dark Damascus is really interesting. So that is, yeah, that's a great knife of the month. Good job on that, Battlbox. And the flipper too, I like having multiple ways to open. And this is a liner lock. A lot of times I'm just kind of iffy on liner locks, but this one feels really good. I think it's because they put jimping down on the inside of it. It's a lot easier for your thumb to get purchase on that. I think because the action is so smooth too, it's just really easy to manipulate. So yeah, sorry, I've just spent about a minute of this video just flipping this around, but really cool. Civivi and WE knives, man, they keep winning me over. I want to go in thinking they're more of like a budget option sometimes, but man, a lot of times they perform better than some of the pricier stuff. So speaking of, this one is worth 89 bucks, probably because of that Damascus. I've seen the brazen, I feel like I've seen different variants of this at some lower rates, but whenever you get Damascus, whenever you get nicer scale materials like micarta too, it's typically a little bit pricier. So cool Pro Plus item this month, and kind of an interesting box all around. So the car theme, you're either gonna love it, or if you don't need this stuff this month, you may have wanted more traditional survival outdoor type stuff. The straps I'm just kind of iffy on because I feel like everybody's got some straps, but they are heavy duty. You saw it there, nice. Sorry, I keep playing with this knife. Man, that's fun. Anyway, so that is Mission 94 for December of 2022. If you want to get the subscription for yourself, follow the link on the screen or down in the description and save yourself some money. But Battlbox is always a lot of fun to get, and going into 2023, maybe something you want to get every month, so be sure to check that out. That is it for this month's unboxing. As always, hit that like button because it helps the channel out a ton, and subscribe if you want to see more unboxings and stuff like this. We'll see you next time.